In Livewire 3, one of the features that comes in quite handy is the ability to add in a skeleton. So in this case, for example, when mounting, if you want to make this sleep for 4 seconds just for demonstration purposes, we can go ahead and essentially add a skeleton in, which will, in this case, allows us to essentially see some nice loading animation. So if you go ahead and add that now, we can go ahead and essentially see how that would look like in this application. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say return we're gonna make sure this is a bit better looking like this. And we're gonna have a text in here called placeholder. And if we go ahead and in this case sleep when we render it actually by 5 seconds. Alright, so that didn't seem to work, so let's try to trigger this placeholder in here so we can have a nice loading animation. So in this case, we also inside our right sidebar here needs to have this as lazy. And you can now see we have this nice animation there every time we load the application. So that's the basic way to do it. Now, let's say you had a lot larger skeleton and you didn't want to render all of this inside your file here. We can go ahead and, in this case, add a folder called skeletons, and we can call this who to follow .blade.php, and maybe just make sure we don't store this as a folder. So delete this and make a file in here called who to follow blade.php. And then we can go in here and we can go ahead and say return view Livewire components skeletons who to follow. Just like that. And there we go. And now if we take a look at the Livewire documentation in here, we can take a look at the placeholder and see exactly what we have for functionalities here. So the first thing is just rendering the HTML like this. The second option is obviously, as I just shown you, to return a view. We could even add in params if we wanted to make it even more complicated. And then we can also do lazy loading on load and or just have lazy. And we could go ahead and make it much more complicated, such as adding in a start and end time and so on. However, I'm not gonna go ahead and add all sort of complications to this. I think we can use a lazy attribute instead. But I'm gonna just leave it as it is for now. That's essentially how we can go ahead and add this nice placeholder here upon loading. Thank you very much for watching this advent calendar. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.